So we're doing apple stories this week, but before I get to our story, I'm gonna show our words again. The, my, and. Remember to have mom write these in your word wall or dad or whoever's helping you. That's in your daily folder. It's in one of the pouches, okay? Miss Heather usually writes them in for you at the beginning of the week or the Friday before. And of course, we didn't get that done. So make sure you have the goes under T, my goes under M, and goes under A. All right. Our story is Apple Trouble. Do you know what kind of animal that is? That is a hedgehog. All right. And do you see the kind of trouble he's in? What does he seem to be dealing with? An apple stuck to him, right? As we know from reading our Heartland book, that Miss Prickles is a hedgehog and she's prickly. Hedgehog had just finished building her winter nest under an old apple tree, not too large and not too small, just right for a nice long winter sleep. You see her bed over here? Alrighty. Now we've got the trouble beginning, right? Suddenly, a juicy red apple landed on her back. Ouch! Squeaked Hedgehog. Plop. She curled into a spiny ball, hoping it would fall off. But when she uncurled, the juicy red apple was still there. Hedgehog tried to squeeze herself and the apple into the beautiful new nest. But could she get in? No, she could not. Not with this apple on her back. The nest was too small. Oh dear. This is a problem for sure. Okay. Well, squirrel scurrying past with an armful of brown nuts stopped to help. Stand still and I'll push the apple off, he said. And he pushed and he struggled, and he heaved and he tugged. Do you think he's gonna get it? That'd be a quick story if he did. But the juicy red apple stayed where it was. Worse still, 3 of Squirrel's brown nuts got caught in Hedgehog's spines. So now she had a juicy red apple and 3 brown nuts on her back. Now she's got new stuff. Oh dear, wailed Hedgehog. Winter is coming and I can't get into my nest. What will I do? Try rolling on your back, snorted Pig, trotting up. That'll get rid of it all. Rolling on his back. Her back. Do you think that's going to work? Let's see. There she is. Hedgehog threw herself on the ground, her legs paddling in the air, and she twisted and wriggled and rolled. Has it all gone? She asked, hopeful, scrambling to her feet. Pig shook his head. No, the juicy red apple and the 3 brown nuts were still there, and so were a small green pear and a crumpled brown leaf. Oh dear, sighed Hedgehog, rolling her eyes. Now she's got even more stuff. But up in the sky, sailing towards Hedgehog, she saw a colorful piece of paper. Oh no, she cried this way, and she ran that way, and as fast as she could, and this way and that drifted the paper. Oh dear. You think that's going to get stuck to her as well? It landed right on her back between the apple and the 3 brown nuts. It's not fair, cried Hedgehog, who now had a juicy red apple, 3 brown nuts, a small green pear, a crumpled brown leaf, and a colorful piece of paper on her back. I'll never get into my nest. Oh boy. Hedgehog pattered to the pond and gazed at her reflection in the water. Hello, Hedgehog. That's a lot of stuff on your back, croaked Frog. I'm trying to get rid of it, sniffled Hedgehog. Dive, said Frog. That will wash it off. Hedgehog dipped a foot in the murky water, then dived. Splash. Her friends watched Hedgehog bobbling up and down. The juicy red apple, the 3 brown nuts, and the small green pear, the crumpled brown leaf, and the colorful piece of paper were still there. So was a pink water lily. Do you think his problem's getting bigger or smaller? Glug, 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 gurgled Hedgehog as the others heaved her out of the water. She did look funny. But Hedgehog did not find it funny. Stop laughing, she spluttered and stamped her feet on the ground. Where am I going to sleep? Pig and Squirrel looked worried. So did Frog. I do have one last idea, winked Pig. Squeeze through that hedge over there. That'll brush everything off. So Hedgehog closed her eyes and squeezed herself through the thick leaves. But did it get everything off her back? What do you think? Do you think squeezing through those bushes is going to get rid of the problem? The many problems? No, it did not. It was all still there, and so were 4 ripe blackberries, and there, staring at her with a look of great surprise, stood Goat. Ooh, cried Goat, you've brought lunch. Do you know some things about goats? They like to eat everything. Help yourself, said Hedgehog. Take it all. Do you think the goat is the answer to her problem? Yippee, brayed Goat. Then he picked off and ate the juicy red apple, the 3 brown nuts, the small green pear, the pink water lily, and the 4 ripe blackberries. For dessert, he ate the paper. The only thing he left was the crumpled brown leaf. He just couldn't eat any more. She looks happy, doesn't she? Hooray, cried Hedgehog. She felt lighter as a feather. Thank you, Goat, she said, and she ran as fast as her little legs could carry her through the gate, past the pond, across the orchard, under the tree, and home to her nest. She is super excited because she wants to do what? Now go into her new bed that she made, right? Hedgehog squeezed into her little nest. It fit her perfectly, and it was the best nest ever. Outside, a cold wind blew another apple off the tree. Do you think that's going to bother her? But it didn't fall on Hedgehog. She was safe in her nest and fast asleep. So we're in fall. She's getting ready for winter sleep, right? All right, so that was called apple trouble. She had a big problem, right? She had all these things stuck to her and she couldn't sleep. And how did she solve that problem? The goat, right? All right, so do you remember our book yesterday when we read about all different kinds of apples? Well, the author in that story said that apples are the most or the number 1 fruit choice. Do you agree with this? Well, what you're going to do is draw a picture of your favorite fruit. Let me share my screen. There we go. So here's your paper. First thing you're going to do is put your name, right? Mrs. Slavinsky. You're not going to write that because that's not your name. All right. And you're going to draw a picture of your favorite fruit. I'm going to write my space, favorite. And it says here, favorite fruit, right here, okay? My favorite fruit is a, if you need help with this part of the writing, that's fine, Mom can help you. So wait, at least try to sound out the name of your favorite fruit, okay? So my favorite fruit, I love apples. They are one of my favorite, but I love, see if you can figure these out. I don't think they look very much. Those kind of look like not what I'm thinking. You're probably thinking grapes, but they're red. You think of something that looks kind of like that? That's red. Raspberries are my favorite. I love raspberries. Those are my favorite. So I would put my favorite fruit is a raspberry. And you're gonna put your favorite fruit. Maybe your favorite fruit is grapes or a banana or a plum or a peach. I like all those fruits too. All right, I can't wait to see which fruit you write about.